Oasis Audio presents Seas, Wendy Darling, Volume 2, by Colleen Oakes. Read for you by Fiona Hardingham. "Proud and insolent youth," said Hook, "prepare to meet thy doom." "Dark and sinister man," Peter answered, "have at thee." Peter Pan, by J.M. Barrie. Pan Island. Peter knelt beside John, the disgraced general, now kneeling in the middle of a circle of lost boys, some looking confused, some angry. His tattered shirt was peppered with drops of blood that seeped down from his shoulders. Peter's red hair fell over his emerald-green eyes, once again their normal shade after having burned navy for the past 3 days following Wendy and Michael's escape. His voice, the one that had previously been screaming poisonous words of anger, now softened to a soothing tone. "John, I want to believe that you had no idea that Wendy and Michael would be leaving. I want to, and yet I don't." His hand clutched John's shoulder roughly, his dirty fingernails digging into John's pasty skin. John sniffled. "I didn't know she was going, John, I swear. I knew she wanted to go, but I thought I could convince her to stay. I didn't know she was going to take a boat." He looked at the ground. "And I didn't know she would take Michael." A tear dripped off the end of his nose as he sputtered, "Wendy's not that brave. I never thought she would go." Peter sighed, as if the burden of John's guilt weighed heavily upon him. He paced around John in a circle, speaking loudly. "You were right about that, John. Wendy is not brave. Wendy was scared of the feelings she had for me, that they were too much for her weak, womanly heart." Peter stopped pacing and rose up above John so that his feet were flush with John's head. The lost boys watched with awe. Peter raised his arms into the air. "My sweet love only needed some time to think, and Hook kidnapped her." The lost boys shook their hands in the air with rage as they screamed and cried. Peter continued whipping them into a frenzy. "She could have been our mother. She would have been my queen. She was meant to take care of us." 2 of the younger boys were crying. Peter's eyes narrowed as he looked down at John, the pitiful creature now sobbing at his feet. A grin stretched over Peter's face. "Don't worry, boys. We'll get her back when the time is right. The captain has no idea of what his foolish decision has brought upon him. And as for Wendy..." He looked out onto the horizon, watching a churning sea crash in on itself, the waves chasing each other into foamy oblivion. "Wendy will be mine. I just have to be patient." With a sigh, he sunk back down in front of John, lifting John's chin up to face him. A fat tear rolled down John's cheek. Peter flicked it away with annoyance. The warm Neverland breeze rustled the leaves around them, sending a small flock of pale blue birds fluttering their way out to the bright turquoise sea. Peter's demeanour suddenly shifted. His intensity gave way to a playful tone. His clenched fists became open palms. He brought his face close to John's. "John, I'm going to need you to do something for me. Something that will prove your loyalty beyond a doubt. You need to make me believe. You need to make your brothers believe." "Anything," whispered John desperately. "Anything." Peter smiled, his white teeth glinting in the twilight. "Good. And once you do this, I promise, I'll make you a general again. It will be like nothing has changed." John swallowed. Yes, Peter. I'll do anything you ask." He reached out for Peter's hand and winced. The middle Darling boy's back still ached from the whipping he had received at the hands of the other 2 generals. He bit his lip to keep from whimpering. Peter stood up and pulled John gently to his feet. "I'm glad to hear
Sample complete. Ready to continue?